The Holyrood Field School is a project that we're running in Holyrood Park with AOC Archaeology, and it's supported by Historic Environment Scotland. And the whole point is to train the next generation of archaeologists. It's a field school for first year, second year undergraduates at Edinburgh University to gain their fieldwork experience, but to be trained by commercial archaeologists, people at the cutting edge of their profession. So Holyrood Park is right in the centre of Edinburgh, and it's full of archaeology. There's about 111 archaeological sites that we know about. We did a survey last year to locate those sites. But strangely, there hasn't really been any concerted fieldwork in the park in terms of excavation. And this is the first year there have been large organised excavations in the park. And we're actually focusing in on one of the hill forts at Dunsapie. And we've got permission to put a few trenches through the ramparts on the hill fort, but also look at what we call a scooped farmstead slightly lower down from there, which is related to the fort. So it's really exciting getting the chance to get some dating evidence, find some evidence for what people were doing here 2,000–3,000 years ago.
So this year is this kind of natural progression from last year's work, where we did a lot of topographic survey and condition survey to establish, how well preserved the features in the park are. And this year is kind of a progression to establishing, the depth and character of the deposits that we see underneath the ground.
Third-year archaeology students, and we're on our first dig. Very excited about it and looking forward to it. Hiya, I'm just a second year and I hope not to break anything today.
Hi, I'm in my fourth year, and I'm really excited to do this dig, looking at the supermarkets we get every day, and learn more about hill forts, because I haven't really done very many courses on them, so I'm excited to learn about that.
This is our fourth year of the university, and our first and last dig at the university.
So it's the last opportunity we have to dig with the university, so we're looking forward to the next 3 weeks.
Well, to manage this resource we have to understand it. That's the bottom line, basically, and at the moment we don't fully understand it. How sensitive is archaeology here? Is it a threat? There's a number of objectives to this project. We have, first of all, managing the park and the strategy. We also have combining commercial archaeology with the students. The students are learning from professionals in the field, and that's fantastic for them to do that.
In this trench to see the extent of the rampart and get a better view of the curve of the wall and expose the rocks better.
We're trying to prove that some surveying done in previous years is correct, and that there is in fact a rampart here, and we want to work out its connection to its environment around it and see how big it was and what it was potentially used for.
Yeah, we basically looking for datable evidence, just to determine, is this like completely Iron Age hill fort, or is there other more recent activities on it?
The first find of the season. It's it's a cartridge case that we found in our first trench. It seems like it was from either World War I or World War II, either wars. It seems like it's a blank that could have been fired during travel over the hills, or them just shooting blanks at each other for fun. Yeah, first find.
So we've just opened up this trench. It's trench number 4. And we've opened it up because it follows the rampart line that comes from trench 2, and also because based on old antiquarian reports, they mentioned finding stuff related to iron metal working here, and they're not sure if those reports are accurate because they may have just picked a random spot in this general vicinity. But it seems like it could be accurate because we have found evidence of smelting, so possibly it could be accurate. And we're just kind of excavating the bit of the rampart wall, and we found some cool finds, found some bones, mostly sheep. We found the smelting stuff, found a really cool stone ball, don't know what that could be. And yeah, we're just taking off the topsoil now and then working on the wall this way too.
It's day 4 and we're in trench 4. We opened this up yesterday to examine the rampart and we've got some really good finds today. Really been enjoying the week. A bit tiring at the start, but I think we're all getting used to it. Really looking forward to see what we find.
So over here we've got trench 8 and we're just trying to reveal the rocks that are under the topsoil that's already been removed. And these guys are cleaning up the rocks to define them more, define the structure. And then over here we're trying to find out the context, the different types of soil that we've got, and possibly just see where the entrance is and see the type of structure that we actually have here.
Hi, we're in Trench 2 and I'm just going to tell you what we've been doing over the past few days. So we've been collecting some soil samples from 2 different contexts. The first context was the first layer and then we've gone on the layer below as well. And we've been collecting them to send to the lab eventually so that we can hopefully find some kind of organic material that we can eventually date any of the parts of the wall, or potentially like where the piece of prehistoric pot was found, so we can roughly get a date of where that was. We also have been doing some section drawing, so yeah, we've been doing some section drawing and we're eventually going to draw a whole plan of the trench, so we're basically wrapping up this trench. Yeah.
So we had the Dig for Britain team out yesterday. It was really interesting to get to see how they put the show together, all the behind the scenes stuff, and get to be on tent. Like, I was the only local, so I was sort of drafted in for talking about how it relates to like being from around here and stuff. So yesterday we did some OSL dating, which is just down there in the trench. It's where we take different layers of soil sample from like the side of the trench that hasn't been touched by sunlight, and then we put them in this wee machine that sends lots of different light and stuff into it, and using that we can sort of get a number which we can then like date the soil. Not like actual dates, just like sort of relative chronology.
So for me, the excavations this year have really surpassed expectations. I've worked on Iron Age Scottish sites before, and you're not really drowning in finds. But this year we've really found some interesting stuff. We've got really good structure in terms of the ramparts on the hill and understanding a bit more about the sequence of the ramparts. We've got bone in soil underneath those ramparts which we can date, which will give us a date to when the ramparts could have been constructed after. So we're getting dating evidence for the hill fort, which is great. But we've also got finds. We've got later prehistoric pottery, we've got carved stone balls, we've got a bit of a bone point, a bone tool, and today we got part of what was either copper or bronze bracelet. So that level of finds. Also something that looks a bit like a stone lamp. We've had slag, we've had evidence for vitrified material, which is burnt stone, which you often find on area sites. So we've got a real range of finds, and for me that's really exciting. And it's been great for the students to be able to see the range of stuff that we can actually find on places like Holyrood Park. We've got great archaeology here, proper structure, and a fantastic range of finds.
It's been a great success. I mean, we've had some fantastic finds. We've learned a lot about the fort on Dunsapie, and yeah, we've had an opportunity to explore the archaeology of Holyrood Park and give the students some really valuable experience.